Hi everyone. Hello. Hello. Brendan and I thought we'd start tonight with a bit of a musical beginning, in case you hadn't noticed. So settle back and I hope you enjoy this one. This is the tale of a great love story and how it unfolded. It was only a smile, but her heart it went wild. Liz wasn't expecting that. Just a delicate kiss on the Yaya's dance floor. Shiz wasn't expecting that. Their first date at Long Grain, they both ordered the same. Liz wasn't expecting that. They spent the night in his bed. Shiz woke up and he said, well, I wasn't expecting that. This love is rare and built to last. It's a bond that just grows and grows. Every day they come to ask, what did I get right to deserve somebody like you? They just weren't expecting that. Shiz went to her dad. Jeff said, very well, lad. Liz won't be expecting that. Along the great ocean road, it rained while he proposed. Shiz wasn't expecting that. This love is rare and built to last. It's a bond that just grows and grows. Every day they come to ask, what did I get right to deserve somebody like you? They just weren't expecting that. Oh, isn't it strange how a life can be changed in the flicker of the sweetest smile? They were married today in such a beautiful way, from that first innocent kiss to a life of wedded bliss. Every night took a chance on a little romance, or we wouldn't be here today. Time that doesn't take long, 5 years and still going strong. We'll keep on expecting that. I want you all to cast your minds back. It's Friday, the 22nd of February 2013. Popular American actress Drew Barrymore is celebrating her 38th birthday. Australia's Reserve Bank Governor Glenn Stevens has just delivered an exceedingly upbeat assessment of the economic year ahead. And a young, ridiculously good-looking couple have their first date. The rest, as they say, is history. On behalf of Sharon and Liz and the entire De Souza and McCracken families, I'd love to welcome you all here today to this beautiful venue in Albert Park. The weather doesn't matter. In fact, it's rather fitting given the way these two were engaged. I think it's just perfect. We are all so lucky to be part of these celebrations. And Liz, let me be one of countless people who says this today to you. You look absolutely stunning. Liz, you've got an amazing sense of style. You always look amazing, and I'd expect nothing less, and today is no exception. And Sharon, not to be outdone, Just when I thought your dappiness couldn't be topped, you've reached new dizzying heights today. Well done. And I think the thing that struck me, and I always love looking at married couples on their wedding night, you just both look so ridiculously happy, and it's so wonderful to see. As I mentioned, Liz and I are old school friends, and it's been a friendship that spanned many years from the junior school playground, through school and beyond. There's been the trip to Europe, weekends away, drinks, dinners, grand final barbecues, a few of those, Lizzo and Shiz. Footy at the MCG, normally watching Melbourne lose. Birthdays, race days. And Liz is just someone who is always so much fun to be around. She's an incredibly kind person, and she's been a really special friend, and I've adored in recent years getting to know Shiz as well. So when they asked me to be their MC, I was so touched, and it's an absolute pleasure. Although, how many weddings do you get cocktails on arrival before the ceremony? So I have had to pace myself, knowing I've got official duties to run tonight. When Liz and I were at Lauriston, we had a headmistress, Mrs. Titterman. Many of the girls in the room will remember Tiddles very well. She loved reading excerpts from Winnie the Pooh. And she did this in assembly to impart important life lessons or whatever disciplinary action was required that week. This woman, she had a poo quote for everything. She had poo quotes on tap, but one has always stuck with me about love, and I really like this for its simplicity. Pooh looked at Piglet and said, "As soon as I saw you, I knew an adventure was going to happen." Falling in love is truly one of life's greatest adventures, and we are all overjoyed that Shiz and Liz are adventuring down the path together. Tonight is a celebration, and you are all here to celebrate with them. It's your job to enjoy this beautiful venue, to eat and drink up and dance the night away, and I trust you are all more than qualified for the job. Now, lastly, for the housekeeping, when I sat down with Liz and Shiz a couple of weeks ago to talk about these matters, Shiz, in his typical matter of fact, down-to-earth way, looked at me and said, "Lou, don't worry about any of that stuff. I mean, everyone knows what to do." And Shiz, I do tend to agree. However, as a girl who's always strategically planned my bathroom breaks, they are right near the entrance of the venue, if you haven't already found them. I thought I'd give you a bit of an idea of how tonight was going to go down. Shortly we're going to be served entree, and then after entree we're going to hear from the fob. That's father of the bride, if you're not up with the modern lingo. Then we'll have main course, and we're going to hear from the best woman and the happy couple. So enjoy your entree, or swap with the person next to you if you like the look of theirs better. Either way, I'll see you afterwards. Thanks. One last thing. If anyone's lost a phone, we've already Cheers. Very shortly, I'm going to welcome the best woman. When I heard that Sharan had selected Jill to stand by his side today as his best woman, I thought to myself, lucky Liz. She's marrying a man who has been so well trained, or to use a 90s throwback term, a total snag. Thanks to his best friend Jill, Sharan is a man who will never shy away from a deep and meaningful conversation. Jill is a psychologist, and her ability to go deep extends even further than your average female. Jill has spent many a long night, festival and party with Sharan, honing and cultivating his celebratory spirit. She's tested his party staying power and taught him many of his best dance moves, even though he may not admit it. Jill's had Shiz's back for many years, and her unconditional support and incredibly special friendship has been generously extended to Liz as she's become part of Sharan's life. And I know how much Liz adores Jill. She's smart, sassy, and she's the gal everyone wants at the dinner party table. Can you please join me in welcoming the best woman, Jill Birdie? I feel like, Jill, we need some Music to bring you down. Thank you. It's quite an introduction. This might be a little bit more shallow than the depths you're alluding to, but we'll see how we go. Oh, what's the arrangement here? Okay. So, Sharan and I first met in our early 20s, but we became really good friends about 10 years ago. We both discovered a shared desire to step it up, as Shiz would say, and to get involved. We were both keen to dream a bit bigger, live a little larger, and expand our horizons, and we teamed up to do so. But one of the first things I had to learn when spending time with Sharan was how to speak Shiz. An evolving vocabulary that most of you are already familiar with, but for those not fluent, here are some Shizisms just to get us started. Phrases including getting looked at, getting fed, getting on it, getting lit, may be familiar to some of you. He actually created a Facebook page called Getting Drunk, with well over 500,000 followers who like getting drunk. Very impressive, Sharan. Dropping coin, spending money, dropping truth bombs, the unsubtle art of being direct, donuts or getting donuts, getting no response, nuggets, referring to small children, and nibblings, even smaller children. And something that he likes is very Shiz. And then just some basic power words that speak for themselves. Rude, relax, and enough. With a passion for music, gigs, festivals, and most of all the dance floor, Sharan's enthusiasm can be infectious. His sense of humour and playfulness have a very broad appeal, especially at the Peel. If you think about it, you might remember the first time you met Sharan. He makes an impact. Whenever I've introduced Shiz to friends, the next time I see them, there's always a lot of questions about Sharan. Was Shiz there? How's Shiz? What did Shiz do? Did Shiz get on it? And particularly with family members, particularly mothers, who like to ask, and how is Sharan? Sharan's other passions could loosely fall into the category of toys and tech, or that might be the same thing. A love of remote control cars, BMX bikes, motorbikes, mountain bikes, phones, TVs, particularly large TVs, CDs, DVDs and Blu-ray, music devices, lighting devices, devices that control music and lighting. Sharan's love of devices have been known to occupy him for hours, enabling him to stay up late, whether it's fact-checking anything from Star Wars trivia to Neil deGrasse Tyson, broadcasting his anticipated movie reviews, giving 10-somethings out or whatever. I don't know. Sharan, you do it really well. Endlessly engaging watching music videos, particularly anything circa 1980 to 1984, or tearing up to clips of Ellen giving away thousands of dollars to a single mother, or crying to Somebody's Got Talent, where somebody's true potential is uncovered via an epic reveal. He's a sentimental guy when he's not hating. Yeah. Another pastime for a long time was Sharan's search for the right girl. Until one day, there was Liz. And Shiz put his finger on it straight away. This was his dream girl. Very Shiz. As part of an intertwining friendship that Sam spoke so candidly about before, they were often at the same events. There was much admiration from afar, from Shiz, and some serious Facebook stalking. Sharan and Liz did actually meet a couple of times,
There was some dancing near each other at Yaya's. There was a lot of Sharon talking about Liz to us, not to her, just to us. It seemed like the timing perhaps just wasn't right, or maybe there was a little bit more stepping it up to do before he could become very Liz. So Sharon expanded his wardrobe options from the 3-band t-shirts he wore on high rotation for about 5 years. He shelved his beloved revolver medallion. He made room in his schedule by paring back his gym sessions. Apparently, legs are optional. And finally, he accepted a New Year's resolution that was assigned to him by his friends, who perhaps were inspired by the potential of this great love story, or just fatigued by hearing so much about this mythical dream girl. He accepted the resolution to ask her out on a date. And he did, and she said yes. Since then, they've been an unstoppable pair. We've had the pleasure of getting to know Liz and also fell in love with her profound beauty, her kindness and warmth, her sense of humour and playfulness. And we've watched these two companions complement and encourage each other and have a lot of fun along the way. So congratulations, Sharon, on marrying the girl of your dreams. And congratulations to both of you for creating such a beautiful life together that brings you so much joy, but also so much joy to all of us that are privileged to be part of your lives. And now, if you'd like to join me in raising your glasses and make a toast to Mr. and Mrs. Shiz and Liz. Shiz and Liz.
Thank you. Anyone who watched the Golden Globes earlier this week would know that it's been a big week for female powerhouses. And I'm shortly about to introduce another one. I'm speaking of Liz's mum, Bev McCracken. For those of you who don't know Bev, to say she's a strong woman is an understatement. I mean, look at her daughter. Of course she is. Liz is strong-willed, incredibly kind, big-hearted, hilarious, shares her mother's very wicked sense of humour. I have it on good authority, Bev, that you're quite good at the old crass humour, which I never would have picked. I'm like Who Weekly. An insider tells me, all sources shall remain nameless. But look, honestly, Bev and Jeff have been an incredible presence in my life through my years at Lauriston, and I know for all the Lauriston girls, and they've been an incredible support to Liz. And speaking of support, not only has Bev been a very competent nurse, she's also been a bra fitter at Maya. And I know how many relieved Lauriston girls have awkwardly gone along for their first bra fitting and been very relieved that it was Bev McCracken's face that greeted them to take them through those awkward first steps of a training bra. Let's not say any more. It's still traumatic. I'm still getting over it. Bev is also a very, very keen Collingwood supporter. It pains me to say it. If she could adopt Nathan Buckley as an honorary son, I think she would. And it's a passion for football that she shared with Jeff. I don't think they could actually go to the football together, given that he's a Melbourne tragic. And Jeff has also had a keen interest in old Scotch football. But what might be lesser known is that with all this football going on in their household, is that Bev has had a keen eye for player recruitment. And over the years, Bev has really become quite adept at identifying future talent. Now, Bev has kindly shared her recruiting notes from me, because it was early on in the days of Shiz and Liz dating when she clearly identified that perhaps here dating her daughter was a future star. So thanks, Bev. Thanks for sharing with us all tonight. Bev writes, 2014, Sharan possesses a strong, muscular physique for the one-on-one contest, demonstrable athleticism and dance floor agility, red hot right now, above average ability to read the play, a real in and under player, self-employed with good disposal rate, in business he always does the 1%, social and outgoing with exemplary teamwork skills. He is indeed a power forward to charge through life with my darling daughter. Please welcome everyone's favourite mother of the bride, Bev McCracken.
My son's come to keep me company. I think he thinks I'm going to run away. He's going to keep an eye on me. There's so many people. Look, thank you all for coming tonight. Jeff, unfortunately, is unwell, so I'm standing in for him tonight. But firstly, my husband, the accountant, has got everything in alphabetical order here, numbered 1 to 10, so I shouldn't muck it up too much. Firstly, I'd like to welcome you all on behalf of us and also Sharan's family. It's so nice to see you all here. I hope you have a great night. I would also like to acknowledge some interstate and overseas travellers who have joined us tonight. I have my sister Iris and Estelle who have flown in from, I'm getting emotional, flown in from Florida. My sister Judy from Albury. Stephen and Belinda and Tom and Andrew have come down from Brisbane, I think it's called Brisbane, isn't it? Yeah. And Deb and Ian from Sydney, and Greg and Lynn have come all the way from Ballarat. And also Roshan. And Roshan and Manel, you'll have to excuse, I don't get the pronunciations right, I'm just reading off Jeff's notes here. Jeff being Jeff, we've got 144 guests of family and friends. And apparently there are 7 present at our tonight who were at our wedding 38 years ago. So I don't know who you are, but the 7 of you are here. Now we have 26 old Lauristonians. We call them the Lauriston Mafia. And they were with Elizabeth through the junior, senior and university. They've travelled overseas, they've gone to weddings and they've enjoyed each other's new husbands and new families. I don't mean that in the biblical sense, by the way. I'd also like to acknowledge the Linen House staff who are here tonight, and especially Elizabeth's boss, Sue. Thank you very much for coming tonight. We have Sharan's old schoolmates. Now, you'll have to excuse me, I'm trying to read Jeff's writing here. Kim, George, Chiller, David, business partner Shatalo, is that correct? Excuse my pronunciation if I haven't got it right. Now, Jeff, this is one of Jeff's favourite sayings. The wedding is not just between the bride and the groom, it's between the families. And it's multiple families, of course. There's the De Soyses, the Ferdinandos, the McCrackens, the Mercers, and don't laugh, but my maiden name was Yob. So the Yobs as well. And that's a true story. I was born and bred a Yob, so there you go. Liz, you're the love of our life, darling, and we know that you're in very good hands with Sharan, and I know that you'll have a very happy life together. I'd like to also acknowledge Rohan and Bernadette, Sharan's mum and dad. A lovely family. Sharan, you're very lucky. You've had a wonderful, family-oriented upbringing, and your dad and mum and your extended family, you're very lucky to have a good group of people like that. And well done. Well done to Sharan's family. And I think one of the things that we really liked about Sharan is the fact how he interacts with the littlies. He gets on so well with his nephews, Jack, Will and Alex, and Tom and Andrew, our grandsons. They just adore him, so he's great with the littlies, which is terrific. Now, getting on just to end up on our bridesmaids here, Melissa, Jeffrey has written down here, beautiful and creative. Georgie, beautiful and intelligent. So I'm sorry, Melissa, you're not intelligent. So I'd like you all to charge your glasses to the unintelligent Melissa. But she is beautiful and creative, and the beautiful and intelligent Geordie. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Amazing, good job. Round of applause for Bev McCracken, the mother of the bride. He loves her unique sense of style, kindness, love of animals, an uncanny ability to fall asleep at the most crucial plot point in the movie. She loves his thick head of hair. This has already been discussed today. It's clearly a big thing in the relationship list. The never-ending list of nicknames he gives her daily, and his dedication to curating the ultimate party playlist. Together they share a deep love for family, their fur children, Hall & Oates, and a cracking good dance floor. Of course, I'm talking about the newly married couple, Shiz and Liz. Can you please join me in welcoming the most important people here tonight? Thank you. Keep it going, guys. Let's show them some love.
Uh-oh. We've already got blunder. You gonna go first? You good?
You want to go first?
You can go.
You can go.
Do you want me to go? Yo. Okay, wedding speech time. It's happening. I'd just like to start by saying today has been so amazing. I haven't been able to wipe this smile off my face all day. You know, when I imagined what today would be like, I thought I'd be completely overwhelmed, which is correct, I am. But overwhelmed with such great feelings, it's awesome. Walking down the aisle was completely surreal. I'm so glad I had Dad there with me to support me. And also my two beautiful, oh shit.
You all right?
No, I'm fine. And my two wonderful girls, Mel and Georgie. I want to start by saying a big thank you to everyone for coming today to help celebrate with us. It's an incredible feeling to have all our closest friends and family surrounding us, and it means so much to Sharan and I to be able to share this special day with you all. People have travelled both near and far, and it's just so wonderful having you all here. We feel very much loved. There are a few designated legends that have been part of our crew today who I would also like to thank. To our good friend Lou, thank you so much for accepting the job as MC today. As expected, you nailed it with your expertise and charisma. To another special friend of ours, Sam, thank you for marrying us. You did such a wonderful job, and Sharan and I are just so appreciative. Today wouldn't have existed. Today wouldn't have existed if it wasn't for you introducing us all those years ago. So we have a lot to thank you for. To Sharan's not only best friend but best woman, Jill, thank you for all your beautiful words today. It meant so much to us that you accepted this job role. You're such an important part of our lives, and we couldn't imagine not having you part of our wedding gang as well. We love you and look forward to many more years of friendship together with you, Will and Charlie. To my two main ladies, Mel and Georgie, you guys have been absolutely amazing friends to have. Thank you for being the most relaxed, helpful and easygoing bride slaves. I feel so lucky to have been able to share this day with you guys. You've helped me make the experience so much fun, and for that I'm really thankful. Pre-wedding hang times with you two today were the best. You really helped settle my nerves, and not to mention all the bubbles we had, so that went down well. To the DeSoyzes, Rohan and Bernadette, thank you for accepting me into your family. Although I felt like I've been part of the crew for years now, I'm stoked that it's been made official. You've all welcomed me so warmly into your life. It's been so lovely to be able to watch Sharan's nephews grow over the years, and I look forward to sharing many more birthdays and family dinners together with you. We never fail to leave your house without armfuls of food to take home, so a special thanks goes to Bernadette for stocking our freezer with your delicious cooking. And I would also like to thank you both very sincerely for your generous contribution to our wedding. I'd also like to make a special mention to my grandma Joan, who is here today. She's 93 years old and still as stylish as ever. You're such an inspiration to me and many others. Sharan and I are so thrilled you could be here to celebrate with us today. To my parents, Bev and Jeff, I want to thank you both for everything you've done, not only to the lead up of today, we seriously couldn't have done it without you, but also for being all-round amazing parents and role models. Throughout my life, you've been a constant source of advice, comfort, encouragement, and most of all, you've given me endless love and support. You've always taken a keen interest in all aspects of my life. Sometimes annoyingly so, Dad, I'm looking at you, who's not here. I look up to you both so much, and I really hope that I can do just as good a job one day as a mum. There are a few reasons why I was so keen to have a wedding, but being the only daughter, one of the main reasons was so, Dad, you could walk me down the aisle. It was a special moment. It was a special moment, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. I love you both so much, and I'm forever grateful to have you as my parents. And finally, to Sharan, who is now my very handsome husband, I'm so proud to be standing here with you today. There are so many qualities that you possess that have made me fall in love with you. One of the first things I noticed about you, apart from your dashing good looks and sweet do-for moves, is your ridiculous and witty sense of humour. You make me laugh almost daily, and it's usually about something completely inappropriate. You tell it how it is, you're forthright, and you're sometimes brutally honest. You're charming and engaging with people, and are incredibly loyal and generous to your friends and family. You always tell me how beautiful you think I look. I love how easily you will cry in an ad if it's slightly emotional, or a daggy rom-com movie, and then tell me I have no heart because I'm not doing the same. I love that you love my friends and family. I love how I see you around your nephews and how much you love them and mine too. I know you'll make the most incredible dad one day. I'm so proud of all that you've achieved in your personal and professional life. You constantly strive to make your business the best it can be, even with all the challenges last year threw at you. You work hard, and you never cease to amaze me in everything you've accomplished. From the first official date at Long Grain, I was very impressed by that, by the way, to now, we have made some wonderful memories together. Our relationship is so precious to me, and I've never been happier. I'm so excited to build a life with you. I love you.
There you are. Hello. I was hoping that the messages on the place cards would mean that I didn't have to make a speech, but Liz sort of disagreed with that and said that I I had to be here. So here we go. So I'll start now. And all right.
Speech now, beginning.
Webster's Dictionary defines wedding as the fusing of two metals with a hot torch. So that's a joke from The Office. So if you don't watch The Office, that makes not a lot of sense. Okay, so I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank both our families. Everybody's been great. Bev and Jeff have been unbelievably supportive of both of us. They really have treated me like part of the family, and Jeff didn't even act disappointed when he found out that I didn't go to Scotch. My parents have always been amazing to me for my whole life, and not just to me, but also to my brothers and sisters. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys look after our kids while we go out and party. Special mention to Joan, whose millions upon millions of words of wisdom have not gone unheard. I look forward to catching up with you really soon, and I'm so glad that you could be here today. Also, a little shout out to our nephews, Andrew, Thomas, Jack, Will and Alex. You're so cute and we love you so much. To my best person, Jill, thanks for being here. Thanks for the speech, but mostly thank you for being my friend. I love the time we spent together, and it's amazing to see where we've ended up. Where am I up to? I'm not sure if you guys know this, but I had to move my office towards the end of last year, and it was probably the hardest and most stressful thing I've ever done. So there's a few people here that I just wanted to thank. Firstly, Shahad, my business partner. He's been my business partner for 20 years, but my friend for 30. We went to high school together, and I couldn't imagine doing what I do with anybody else. To Jamo, for the electrical work he did, it was amazing. He also supplied the festoon lights. So hit him up at eventpowersolutions.com.au if you ever need any festoon lights. To Will, for making my counter that will be delivered next week, hopefully. To Jeremy, for all your awesome work on the tools and with the painting and fixing bits of the roof that were falling down. And to Francis, I'm not sure why I wrote your name here, but I guess you must have done something to... I'm not sure. Okay. But the biggest thanks needs to go to Liz, who supported me over the last 6 months while all this has been going on. And it's been never ending. She never complained about me being late, or working weekends, or totally being hands off on the wedding. She's the most supportive, beautiful and caring person I've ever met, and I'm so thankful that she's now my wife. I'll wrap this up. But I did want to mention on behalf of Liz and myself, we'd like to thank you all for coming. You're our friends and family, and I couldn't think of any other people that we would want to spend today with. There are times when it's good to be surrounded by people who are important to you, and for us, this is one of those days. And then I've actually written, Liz would like to say a few words, because you were meant to go after her, but that's it, I'm done. I'm done.
Mic up.
Well done, guys. No. You got to stay here. Well, that was just beautiful, guys. Absolutely amazing. Not a dry eye in the house. And it's like the sun has appeared just on cue, which signals it's time to cut the cake. So Liz and Shiz are going to cut this delicious cake, and then what they're going to do is share their first dance. So let's watch them cut the cake, and then I invite you all to get up out of your seats and get a good view so that you can see them dance to something. And I think that's a pretty beautiful backdrop. To a timely time. Yeah, so please, I think, how long do you want to give them?
30 seconds.
Or Shiran's saying 30 seconds, Liz is saying 45, let's make it 40 seconds, and then whoever wants to join, they would love you to join them on the dance floor. So anyone who wants a photo opportunity too, this is it. So guys, hold it. Maybe a little kiss while you're cutting. Good on, guys. Down you go. All right.